Hey, what's up? I'm Kai Canyon. So, today what I want to talk about is 3 reasons that I've started writing songs almost exclusively on a real instrument. And when I say that, I want to be really clear about this. I'm not throwing any shade on programming or MIDI or anything like that, because while I am writing the songs almost exclusively on the piano, when it comes time to actually produce this stuff, I'm still programming most of it on the computer. But I have noticed some very vivid differences from, I want to tell you what those are. One is that I'm feeling the song very differently, and I guess the better word for it is more intensely. I'm feeling it more in my body, dare I say, in my heart. And I don't really know the brain science behind this, but maybe the best comparison that I know for it is that I read an article years ago about how if you eat food that you have to manipulate with your hands, where you have to tear it apart, or you're dipping it in a sauce or something, or you're using your hands to put it in your mouth instead of a spoon or a fork, that something happens in your brain that causes it to taste better. And maybe it's something like that that's going on with the music, but I just feel it so much more intensely in my body, and that's been very valuable to me. Number two is that I have noticed I'm hearing the songs differently. And what I mean by that is kind of like, how if you're writing an email or something that you're trying to proofread and get right, trying to make sure that there's no stupid glaring errors in there. And you read it and you look closely and you do your best to pay very close attention to make sure everything is correct. And yet, when you let somebody else look at it, the first thing they noticed are all these very obvious grammatical errors, spelling errors, formatting errors, things that no matter how tightly you looked at it, they just whooshed right by you. And it's something like that, is that when I'm sitting at the piano and I'm writing these songs, when it's a bad songwriting decision or just a plain mistake, I hear it so much more easily now, and I can't tell you how valuable that is to me. Number three is that because of number one and number two, I'm of course writing the songs differently, because I'm feeling it much more intensely in my body, because I've got much more vivid emotions about it, and because the quality of the songwriting decisions, whether they're good or bad, is just singing to me much more loudly. It's causing me to make decisions a little bit differently, to have to stumble and fumble around a whole lot less to figure out if that is a questionable decision, or to hear if that's absolutely the right thing to do. That's a very strong choice. Hopefully, in the music I have coming out in the next several weeks and months, you'll be able to hear the difference that this has made from me. Anyway, short and sweet today. Just those 3 things, the 3 differences that I've noticed writing on a real instrument has really made from me. If you got some similar experiences, if you found that writing on piano or guitar or the flute or the kazoo, whatever, has made a big difference in your songwriting, comment below. I want to hear about it. Or if your experience is in the other direction, if you found that sitting at the computer and doing everything through mouse clicks and keyboard shortcuts really frees you up to make better decisions, I want to hear about that too. Anyway, that's all for today. Take care.